So, thank you for tuning in, guys and girls. It's been a huge delay, I'm sorry for that. NXL and MVP.karnal will fight it out for 1,000 euros. So a lot of money at stake for those two teams. Being from Indonesia and Malaysia, you can actually imagine how much money that is. Even for, I mean, you know, the currency exchanges, the exchange rates play a huge role in those prize money conversions. And even if it was just a normal NA showmatch or European showmatch, it's a lot of money. And those two teams are really happy to play in the BenQ showmatch for the Indonesian and Southeast Asian scene. So it is all about the screen that you already saw. It's quite an amazing screen, and a lot of LANs use that as well. If you have seen Gfinity this weekend, I've actually been on site as well, taking pictures for hltv.org. If you have seen that tournament, you might have noticed that they use BenQ screens, and obviously this the screen has been the exact screen that is standing right behind me. I will show you for a second. As this beauty over here is the center of the attention today. 144 Hz monitor, and you can see, I don't know if you can, no, you can't see that, but there are small markings on the monitor that make it really easy to you know, just take it and put it somewhere else, and then you have the same angles wherever you go. You can just you don't have to mark it yourself, you know. I used to do that stuff. So it's really handy, and especially for LANs and players that are used to go to LANs, it is amazing to have those features. Also, it is taking care of your eyes as well. There's a special technology involved with low blue light features. You know, those monitors always emit some white light, and there's a lot of blue light, and it hurts your eyes. That's why some players use those glasses, the Gunner glasses, for example. They have yellow shades, so they filter out the bad, so to speak, wavelengths of the light. And the monitor does that already, so it is really good for your eyes, especially if you play a long time. Usually, at least I play 4 hours, 8 hours, something like that. So it really helps your eyes and doesn't put a strain on them. You know, you probably have felt that yourself when you've been sitting on the screen for 8 hours straight or something like that. You kind of feel that they feel so dry and stuff, and it might happen with the screen as well, but it won't happen as much. So that's really cool that BenQ takes care of their customers as well like that, and they take care of the CSGO scene. You know, having EU showmatch is really cool to see. The same goes for NA showmatches that we had a few weeks back. You might have seen that on my channel. But having showmatches on scenes that usually don't get too much exposure is really great and important, with, for example, games like StarCraft really struggling because they don't get the exposure globally. The main player base is in Korea. There's no real mystery. And like that, with those show matches, we kind of try to nurse those scenes as well and get them the chance to show off their skills, show off their way of playing the game. Obviously, there are quite a few different playing styles, and I'm really curious to see how those two teams play. I haven't seen them play yet, and I haven't seen too many non-European and non-North American teams play. I've casted a Chinese tournament once, but that's 1 year back, so you can imagine how much I remember of that. It's not that much anymore. And yeah, I really like the idea behind all those show matches, because it gives the teams some exposure, it gives the organizations some exposure as well, and it's all about exposure, you know. There is no gaming if there are no viewers, and there are no players if there are no viewers. So it's all about you guys, and I thank you a lot for tuning in and staying around. The background for the delay was me having internet problems. Usually everything runs smooth and you prepare yourself, you get there I get to my streaming setup at least 1 hour before I stream usually and set everything up. And when I actually wanted to access the internet, I was like, okay, this is not working. Why? And it took me really long to figure out why it was a problem with the firewall. So let's not get too deep into that, as we are starting with the 9th round. Team NXL and Karnal will duke it out for 1,000 euros. I already mentioned that before, and the center of the attention is the XL 2730 monitor, the T. There's also a 27-inch if you want to have it a little bit bigger, you know, bigger, better. BenQ. You can actually get the 27-inch alternative. If you want to see the link or you want to check the monitor out, you can enter !BenQ. It will, Moobot will bring up the link, and you can check out the monitor if you want to pick it up. I can only, you know, it kind of sounds a little bit blunt, but I can really recommend the monitor. It is really, really cool, and not for no reason. A lot of organizations and LAN centers and all that pick those monitors up. So, Team NXL won the 9th round while I was dribbling away, and they want to stay on the CT side. So, Karnal on the Terror side on Dust 2. Very classical lineup of the maps today. We've got Dust 2, Inferno, and Cobblestone. So, it's actually, you know, some people forgot or forget that Cobblestone is one of the most classical maps in the game. It has been played in 1.6 a lot, and it kind of faded away back then. Again, I think it was more a 1.5 map, so to speak, but now it's coming back and it's a great map. So if we need a decider between the two teams, it will be Cobblestone coming up after Inferno. Team NXL now with 2 players over at the B-bomb site. We've got Frost waiting there for the first guy. He already spotted into A long, while Ranro is able to take out FRGD. His actual name is a little bit hard to pronounce, but his actual name is not that hard to pronounce. It is Forged. So he's also the in-game leader, so now he can kind of direct his teammates while the terrorists still set up their strategy. Getting that first frag on the board is always helpful for the terrorists, shifting the CTs around a little bit, diverting them. You can see that NXL has 2 players over at A. Now Soifon is rotating into middle, checking that out, trying to find some information, while Roseau is still holding the B-bombs. At the terrorists will make their way towards short and long at the same time. Good damage dealt onto Frost, who's forced away. 12 HP remaining for him. The terrorists will push forward. There is Karnal coming in with 3 frags. Roseau is the last man standing. He's coming in from the B-bomb side, but he's a little bit late. Let's see if Xever will be able to close him out over there. And Roseau will have the headshot for him, so we will dispose of him, make it a 1v4 situation, but he's still got 4 players to work against. A-Cap, Vanro, Case, and A-Man. And yeah, Roseau is already spotted now. The defuse kit would be worth saving for the 2nd round if he could get away with his life, but he's risking it, and Case has the headshot in pocket. Karnal take the first round on the first map now against NXL, and get a little bit closer to the 1,000 euros there, brought to you by BenQ. So I want to walk you through the lineup of NXL for a second. As I said already, Forged is the in-game leader. Sis is the top aimer and the lurker at the same time, so he's the kind of linchpin in the squad. Soifong is the AWP player, and we've got Roseau and Frosty, the riflers, in the squad, probably sharing the support role a little bit. Now the terrorists with the Bai, Galil for A-Cap and Vanro, MP7 and Uzi for A-Man and Xever, and a Scout for Case, who's probably the AWP player for Karnal. I haven't received too many informations about that team, but we will pick that up on the flow. 2 players now advancing into middle, but just poking in there. They expected the CTs to have a few guys over there, and it actually is the case with Roseau and Saifang holding middle for the CTs. Now the terrorists have poked into the B-bomb side as well. They're taking really, really slow, reminding me of the very, very old Navi style and also of Mouse Sports last weekend on Gfinity. Now Roseau with a frag, but ACAP closes down 2 CT straight away. 4v3 situation now. Forge is not able to pick them off. Amen with the Uzi will dispose of him, makes it a 2v4. The terrorist is quite low, so there is still a fair chance for the CTs, especially with Frost having the MP7. He's now pushing in with the 5.7 though. Doesn't matter for him if he's got the SMG or not. Sis is now the last man standing as Frost got one frag. He picks off one more, makes it a 2v1. But Venro with the Galil will hose him down. 2-0 for Karnal. But they only survived with 2 players, even though they were able to save the Galils. It's putting a strain on their economy already. And the CTs have a fair shot at, you know, keeping the pressure up throughout the game. And of course the first few rounds in the half, the first few gun rounds are amazingly important. And if the terrorists get to a spot where they can repeatedly buy up whatever they want, the CTs have a really hard time stringing those rounds together. If NXL gets the damage dealt in this round as well, this could actually mean that the terrorists could be forced on a save as soon as they win, as soon as they lose a round. So that's NXL's main task. Van Rodo will make that a little bit harder with the frag over at the B bomb side. Amen shoots Saifong in the face, and the CTs are down to 3 men. The terrorists have quite a few information gathered. At least they picked off one at A and one at B, so they can kind of figure out that there's probably one more at A, maybe one in middle, as Frost goes down to 32 HP on long. He tried to get some information and he picks off ACAP. Good job, but Venero with the refrag makes it a 4v2 again. Amen having some trouble with the Galil, but making it work on Roseau. It's a 1v4 now. Case is down to 3 HP with the AWP, so the terrorists have majorly invested in this round already, despite the fact that NXL still had pistols, and it was quite obvious that they still will be on pistols. But maybe Karnal just don't want to risk anything. Vanro closes out Sis and makes it 3-0. And, you know, Karnal only lost 1 player in this round, so the economical damage is not that big on the team. Now the CTs with the first buy round. Soifong, as I already said, the main AWP player will go towards a long at first, but they make up their mind and switch their positions. Kind of a weird call there, but now he will be late in middle, but at least he has that angle. He's taking the defensive angle on a short, while the terrorists are still on that slow playing style. Soifong tags down aim and onto 17 HP. Instantly changes his position, so great play by Soifong, opening up the round with a good shot onto aim. And even though it wasn't a kill, it at least put down some decent damage onto the terrorists and made them feel that the CTs are still in the game, despite the obvious 3-0 lead after the terrorists won the pistol round. Now the CTs have 2 players in middle. They will actually shift that around a little bit. Sis takes over middle, while Roseau takes the B bomb side, and the terrorists are still hanging out in middle. Having control over that part of the map is of course amazingly important. That's not real rocket science on this too. And they will poke in every single direction. Check out Case actually pushing forward into short alone and just trying to find the CT off guard, and that pick would actually make the CTs rotate into the A bomb site while his teammates are executing the B split right now. Roseau tries to counter that. Good spray onto Xaver and Amen. Now it's a 2v3 thanks to 3 frags by the terrorists, but Roseau still standing. He picks off another one, but then his teammate, or actually he himself, will be backstabbed by Case. The terrorist in control of the B bomb site right now. Frost is coming in from middle, and Case has that angle pinned down already. Frost exposed himself. The first AWP shot rang off already. Case will now take refuge in the B tunnels, holding down the bomb, while Venro is trying to waste as much time as possible. It's still feasible for Frost though, as Roseau did the majority of the work already. Now it's only Frost, and he's going down to Vanro. Good shot by the AK. But a really close gun round there. Roseau almost made it happen with his 3 kills in middle/B. Gladly for MVP.karnal, Case was there with the backstab, and then it was just basic mop-up work, you know. NXL now on another upgraded pistol buy, with Frost taking the point in a long. The terrorists are slowing down. Obviously they know that the CTs are only having pistols, so they don't want to risk anything and run into a stack or something like that. Forged actually picks off Vanro in B tunnels, and Sis with a frag in middle, so this actually turns really awkward for the terrorists already. Two rifles captured, and Roseau has armor, so he is not even affected by the aim punch compared to Sis, who would just go all over the place as soon as he's getting tagged. Forged though with the backstab, and the terrorists will have to worry about two different directions. Luckily for them, the CTs are in no position to push A long, so it's only going to be Forged over there in terrorist spawn. The CTs have 3 players in A short, so they're trying to make their number advantage work, while Forge picks off Case. He's wow, why can't they get rid of him? They had 3 players alive, they knew where he was, they should have coordinated each other. And at the moment, Forged is holding them down with the AWP. He gets flashed though, takes refuge in the corner. That's not going to work out. And suddenly, ACAP with a triple kill. Roseau burns him alive, but it's a 1v2. Thanks to the work of Forged in terrorist spawn. But still, ACAP with a really good spray down. Frost will pick him off. Will pick off Amen though. And NXL with the first round on the board. Luckily for the CTs, they made it in an eco round. So this is going to be a tense match, I believe. NXL seemed to be a little bit off at the very start, but now they are picking it up, and Karnal still on the bye, but only for this round. If they can't win it, they will be down 2 pistols, or, well, maybe upgraded pistols, but it really depends on their liking of forcing it up. Maybe they will go for a Hellraiser's kind of playing style, or you know, we've seen Envious do that yesterday in the final against NIP a lot. And yeah, I'm still curious to see those two teams play. So far, we have seen just the basic play, just default setups for the terrorists. The CTs go for good rotations. They actually handle their positions really well. I think it was going down to the kind of timing and having the right player in the right position in those rounds, especially when Case took out Roseau in the B-bombs, or in front of the B-bomb site in the clutch situation. This could have turned out a round for NXL in the first rifle round, so it could have been a 2-2 scoreline or a 3-2 scoreline right now, with MVP taking it to A short with 4 players over there. They have ACAP hanging back at A long, trying to keep Frost as busy as possible while his teammates will push the A platform. Now the CTs with the rotation already. Sus is coming in from CT spawn while Soifong is trying to hold down the terrorist push. Sus is pushing through the smoke. He gets one in the back, but then gets traded by Amen. It's a 4v4 situation. The bomb will be planted by Amen, and they still have to worry about ACAP though. He's hanging out in the middle, and he might be the small weight that tips the scale in the right favor for the terrorists. They have 2 players in short, and Case is defending the A platform. Good crossfire there by Vanro, picking up 2 frags. Case has some trouble, but picks off Frost in the end. It's a 5-1 scoreline now in favor of MVP.karnal. And they shut down NXL straight away after the CTs managed to scrape around. The terrorists are back on track with 4 surviving members, not really threatening for them. Roseau on 6 frags. Soifong is yet to pick up a frag, and he's the AWP player for the CT, so they really need to figure out how to utilize him more effectively. If he keeps buying the scope and doesn't do his job, it's going to be a really big strain on the CT's financial aspect, while Case picks off Frost in the anti-eco round. Frost had the scout board, but he couldn't use it the way it was designed to be used. Killing people, obviously. Soifong with the deagle, though, finally gets himself on the board with a kill onto Case. And ACAP trades him instantly, makes it a 4v3 now. Forged and Roseau are low on HP. 23 remaining for Roseau. Picks up the scout, but gets picked off by Xever with a double kill. Sis on a 1v4 now. He's got the 5-7 to work with, and he will drop the bomb. But Xever is there, still positioned in middle to hold it down. 3 kills for him in the round. 6-1 in favor of MVP.karnal. So NXL need to do something about the lead on the terrorist side right now. They are kind of fading away right now. They need to do something about that. They can't allow MVP.karnal to pick up more than 7 rounds on their terrorist side. So this rifle round is really going to do the trick for NXL, and obviously the upcoming rounds are really important for them as well. Xavier now gets flashed into middle, checks that out, has all the control. The terrorists are just going for their default playing style again. This time though, they have the bomb in the hands of Case, headed towards the B bomb site. And yeah, as I say that, he drops it in B tunnel, so it's still open. They can take it anywhere they want. 2 CTs on the A bomb site, one on long, one on the platform, and now they pull one back over there. It's going to be Soifong trying to help his teammates out over there, but there's not too much action on long actually, so I wonder why NXL pulled Soifong back into a long. Maybe to have Sis focus on on short, but it is one of the basic CT setups obviously, but it's the wrong one for this. Well, now I get punished for that. The terrorists just swing back into the A-bomb site and they get all the frags on all the players. Everybody does his job. Venro, Case and ACAP, everybody is doing the entry frags. Forged and Roseau already saving, so NXL can't convert this really important rifle round into one of their own and let MVP.karnal get away 7-1, and they can't even get the AWP into the next round. Is, well, maybe if Forge gets his hands on the scope, he might save it, but it's going to be really hard as his teammate exposed himself a little bit too aggressively. Now he's getting shut down by Case with a triple kill and the no scope to finish it off. 7-1 in favor of MVP.karnal. They seem to be the favorites. As I said, I didn't cast too many Southeast Asian games yet, so I can't really judge how good they are, or well, I can judge how good they are, but I can't really judge who's the favorite right now. Right now, on Dust 2, MVP.karnal are the favorite for sure, but maybe NXL can come back on Inferno. 3 CTs over at A long right now. It is a save round, so they gambled a little bit. They tried to counter possible terrorist aggression over there, but it's not going to be the case for them. MVP.karnal just takes it towards A short. They drop the bomb back in middle. ACAP is holding that down just like usual. Xavier holds down B, and the rest of the squad is determined to take it to the A bomb site where the CTs are actually rotating to, so it could get quite hairy for MVP.karnal on the A platform. Soifong is already there. He's got a P250, so he could take down one with one shot. Roseau though is doing the job. Frost with one, Roseau with the second. It's a 3v2 situation. Venro takes down Soifong, but the CTs are very, very low. If the terrorists get a good spray going, they could potentially decimate them with just one click. Frost has the AK, he can't use it right now. Roseau gets disposed of by ACAP. It's a 2v2 again, and Frost is nowhere to be seen yet. He's coming in from A long. Good timing on that, but ACAP already covers that. And as I said, the low HP is getting abused, so to speak, by the terrorists right now. Forge is coming in from CT spawn. MVP already spotted that, and ACAP moves back. Intelligent play by him. 3 kills in the round to make it 8-1 in favor of MVP.karnal. So taking a look at the frags, we see that Soifong still has a very hard time, and despite the first few gun rounds, he wasn't able to pick up the AWP too many times, so now he's back on a rifle. Maybe this is going to change the CT's playing style a little bit. Maybe they could go for some aggressive play in middle. From a short, for example, they could get some pinching movement, but they go for the aggression over at the B tunnels. They already used that move in an eco round, and it did work quite nicely. This time they end up in a 1-for-1 trade, and the terrorists will actually get the favor back in their team's favor. Yeah, that didn't quite make sense, but yeah, you know what I wanted to say there. MVP taking it to the B bomb site, it seems like. They have ACAP hanging back. He is the lurker, so to speak, for MVP.karnal right now, hanging back in those awkward positions to make it hard for the CTs to get a rotation going and hold on to B tunnel. as the B tunnels are really important if you want to retake the B bomb site. Now Amen with a good shot, Zeus with one back, but he gets traded by Case, so it's a 2v3. The terrorists will plant the bomb. CTs don't really have any economy right now, they don't have any equipment, I was supposed to say, as Frost only has one flash grenade, and they need to use it just perfectly to blind 3 players, which is not going to happen. Actually, the CTs will go for the retake, but that flash will not blind anyone. Case has his eyes pinned down on the doors, takes out Frost. It's a 1v3. Soifong is alone right now, and he realizes that there's no chance for him to pick it up anymore. He lost the defuse kit when his teammate died, so to speak, and he's going for the save. The terrorists try to hunt him down still, but they're not fast enough. He's way around the corner already. But the round goes in the favor of MVP.karnal, who now take an 8-round lead against their opponents from NXL. So the terrorists have a firm grip on the match. Of course, if you get rolling on Dust 2 on the terrorist side, it is really hard for the CTs to get back if they can't string those rounds together. And as you can see, the loser bonus now kicks in for the CTs. They're going for 3 FAMASs, but they don't really have any nades. Frost doesn't have armor, but it doesn't keep him from taking down ACAP, as A-Man takes him down in turn. It's a 4v4 again. Terrorists have control of A long though, and NXL checks out B tunnels. So heads up play by them, going for that B tunnel play quite a few times. They now need to stop that, because the terrorists will probably be able to counter that quite easily. But at least they have the information for now. Amen though just walks back into terrorist spawn, hoses down Roseau to 67 HP. Now he just disposes of him. Great aim by Amen, fitting name for the player, as he took his time and just casually clicked away onto Roseau, making it look easy from terrorist spawn. But Case is able to trade back on the CTs as they got one more frag. Soifong and Forged, the in-game leader and the AWP player who now wields the M4A1, is trying to hold on to the A platform, as A-Man is now the last man standing. Thanks to Soifong's double kill, Team NXL could actually get around on the board. 30 seconds still for A-Man to work with. He's got a Tech 9 and the AK and the bomb on his back right now as he just picked it up. Just checking out everything, and now he knows that Soifong is in short. Soifong just tried to take the attention away, and the triple kill will seal the deal. As soon as Soifong is on the board, NXL get around as well. So good job by him, finally making a stint in the game, surpassing Forge right now, who's still sitting at 2 frags. On the other side, we have Vanro with 7 and Case with 13 frags, so they're doing the majority of the work for the terrorists right now. And that is really nice to see that MVP.karnal have some talented player in there to take over. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat to moderate that, as well as there are no mods around right now. Who's being racist? I can't scroll them. If there's any trouble, just let me know, okay? Vanro now makes the CTs feel the trouble. Roseau goes down, Forge is down to 7 HP, gets disposed of by Xever, and so is Sis right away. Frost is the only one to reply, but it's a 4v2 already. It seems like the terrorists have once again clinched the round even before it began, so to speak. CT's trying to get some more manpower over to the B bomb site and split each other up. So what are the chances? Splitting each other up in 1 and 1. One at the A bomb site, one at B. The terrorists will probably overwhelm any player wherever they want to go. IPN Fox, no, we don't have Indonesian mods, so I usually just stream EU matches, so you might imagine that there are no Indonesian mods around right now. Case and Frost now trading blows, but Frost is on the save, so the terrorists can easily peek him and they can go all in. They have quite a lot of money on Case and Amen, and the bomb plant and the round win will just help them out. So they could actually push him and try to get rid of that AK, but Frost is doing a really good job of holding on to that. He could actually ace them, but it's not going to happen. Case with the AWP is around and takes him out. just calm down and enjoy the game, okay? It's about CSGO, not about nationalities. It's about the players, not about races or whatever, okay? Indeed. Citron Kimi just calls it. We are all gamers, we are a family, we're supposed to work together. Now the CTs can't really work together, they have pistols, they try to do that, they have a 4-man stack over at the A-bomb side with Forged holding on to middle, but the terrorists will just get around on A long, they will probably clinch control of the A platform really easily. There is Xaver picking up the frag in middle. Now he's running into some trouble, but he fights his way back out of that. Now it's finally Scissors on top of him, picking him off. There's still A-man in terrorist spawn, holding on to that. And he will spot Scissors on his way towards A long and just delay him until his teammates have planted a bomb, which is going to be the case right now. Roseau is trying to get through the smoke into the platform. He only has a P250 and no armor, so he needs to make those shots count. He actually gets a frag before being taken down by ACAP. Allows Sus to maybe get a few exit frags. Look at the HP on the terrorist side. ACAP down to 13 HP. Vanroad to 29 and Amen on 3. So they could actually just be dropped by one grenade if it, you know, if it hits the right spot. But as you can see, they are spread out, so one nade wouldn't do the trick. You would need a nuke to take them all out. Sus though holds on to the AK, even though MVP.karnal make it 11-2 right now. At least the CTs have that rifle for them, and they will of course force it up. This is the second last round of the first half of the first map in the BenQ Showmatch, showing off the XL2730T 24-inch 144 Hz monitor with the blue light reducing eye-caring technology. But look at that, the CTs went for the aggressive move in middle, but Amen, ACAP and Kev are just there to, Case are actually there to capitalize on that. Was over the triple kill once again, making himself shine onto ACAP, makes it a 2v1, and he's got a fair chance of clutching this round against the terrorists if they don't work together, which is now probably going to happen as Amen pulls back out of the B bomb site. He avoids overextending, which would be really horrible for the terrorists in that position. Roseau held down the B bomb set from outside, and if Amen had pushed in there, Roseau would have had an easy time shutting him down. Like that, the bomb gets planted without any trouble, and the terrorists are getting themselves into good after plan positions, having Case in the car position, holding down a shot, and that nade will land on Roseau's head basically. MVP.karnal 12-2 up against NXL. So the CTs with the last round by whatever they can, they will pick up a Deagle for Soifong, P250 for Forged, Masters for Sus and Roseau, and a Max 7 for Frost. On the other side we have the obvious full buy, and they could have even went for autoscopes and AWP and stuff like that in spawn to harass the CTs on the crossing towards the B bomb site. But MVP.karnal don't want to humiliate their opponents right now. I believe they just went for the 1 AWP and the 4 AKs just to keep it casual. CTs now with a 4-man stack over in middle and B, while they have Soifong holding a short alone. And a good flash will allow Xaver to take down 2 CTs without opposition. Soifong and Roseau are suddenly the last man standing. Soifong is spotted by Xaver, and a triple kill by him, making it a 12-2 scoreline. Roseau is alone on 41 HP. He already got himself 2 3k rounds. Now he needs to get the ace to make it a 3-12 scoreline for the halftime, but it's not the case right now. He gets traded by Xaver after taking out Amen, and MVP.karnal with a really good shot at closing out the first map in a 16-2 fashion. If they win the pistol round, they could really get rolling and steamroll NXL to death basically. So let's see if they can do that right now. Heading into the second half now, NXL and MVP.karnal still 0-0 in the best of 3 series. The second map will be Inferno, and the third map, if we need it, Okay, that's actually a ban now, Cheryl, because you just spoiled. No, it's not, because it's not a real spoil. I just wanted to scare you. Now, pissed around in the second half. It is crucial for NXL. They need to pick it up against the CTs. We're going for a 3-man stack over at A and 2-man over at B. So no real control over middle by MVP.karnal, which could be abused by the terrorists, which, yeah, well, NXL is headed towards A long, and they will face off against 2 CTs over there. Xaver with a double kill onto Roseau and Sis, already starting off the round in favor of MVP.karnal with a bang, and some lucky timing, I have to say, but still hitting those shots that fast. Really good play by Xaver, making it look so good for the CTs. Now A-Cap taking out Frost over at A short, and Xaver with his 3rd frag of the round picks off Soifong. Forge, the in-game leader of NXL, is alone with the P250 in hand, with the Glock in hand. A-Man will not let him get away with his life though. 14-2 in favor of MVP.karnal, about to pick up the first map in a 1,000 euro show match of BenQ. Yeah, well, I didn't expect that to be that decisive on the first map. Okay, the first few rounds have been quite decisive, I have to admit, but then NXL had the rifle round on the board, and I believe they could take it away from that point on. They weren't able to do that. Now they are pushing into the B bomb site, the just occasional desperate B bomb site push with all their forces. They took down one of the CTs, but he traded 2 terrorists, and they didn't even plant the bomb yet, so they need to do that. Frost has to drop the FAMAS for one of his teammates, otherwise it could turn out really ugly for NXL right now. He's pushing out with the bomb on his back, and they're just going for the frags. Unexpected play by NXL, and they will actually succeed with that onto MVP.karnal, who kind of were behaving a little bit clumsy. They prepared for the retake. Obviously, they expected NXL to plant the bomb, but a really good call by Forge, in my opinion, to just tell his teammates, push out there, just rump them, just completely screw them over. And now NXL is standing in spawn. It doesn't look too good for them. And maybe we have a DDoS or something coming up. The admins just posted something in the channel, so we'll check that out. Okay. So Team NXL had a whole team disconnect. Okay, so it was NXL is playing together on LAN right now, and that's why they all dropped at the same moment. MVP.karnal didn't know, but now they're calling for the pause, so fair play by the CTs. It's kind of obvious. The admin will restart the round where it left off, so no trouble for NXL. They